Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dev. So today, once again, I'm going to be switching tracks. This is not a reaction video. So today I'm going to be talking about a topic that has been of great relevance to me, and that has had almost like in many ways, small ways, but yet still miraculous impact and effect on my life in recent times. This is something which I recently discovered to apply consciously into my life, but this is something that's applicable to everyone. So to give the context for today's video, today's topic, I'd suggest you watch the second video on my channel where I talk about the power of faith and visualization. So in that video, I went into the somewhat details about visualization and how and why it can have why it works. Excuse me, but so today I want to go a little bit deeper into the effects or the fruits of visualization, which is manifestation. How do you manifest what you want into your life? How do you attract what you want into your life? How to bring it into your life? So before I go deeper into today's video, I want to play this dialogue. I love this dialogue, and it's something that I'm sure most people might remember it from the movie Om Shanti Om. This is a dialogue by Shah Rukh Khan. So let's listen to the dialogue first.
इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश की है। कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है।
So to give a small anecdote about this dialogue, from what I remember reading about this many years back when the movie got released, was Shah Rukh Khan actually kind of wanted this dialogue to be put into this movie. I mean, I'm not sure that he didn't claim that he put the exact words, or but he said that the core, the essence of this dialogue he wanted to be put into this movie, because he said that is something that is at the core of his success of his life. So when we talk about visualization, like I mentioned in my previous video, visualization has this powerful effect of conditioning your subconscious mind, and that is what brings things into you, attracts all the things that you wish for into your life. Now, why is that? Now, how does that work? See, from what I have read and what I've experienced, the universe is kind of like a vibrational energy. It operates at a certain frequency, and when you give out a certain amount of energy or certain kind of energy, you send out ripple effects into the energy field of the universe, and the effects of that will be brought back to you. So if you send out negative energy and negative vibes, negative frequency, it will come back to you in a negative way. And if you send out positive energy, positive vibrations, the result will be positive. Now the thing to remember is, it's not going to be instantaneous. It's not going to be a shortcut. It's going to be a lot of hard work. But the beauty is, it works. Believe me, it works in many ways. Whether it's health you want, whether it's money you want, whether it's relationships. If you truly believe it, it's going to help. And that is the essence of whatever Shah Rukh Khan is saying. Because if you truly believe it, the universe will make it happen for you. It will manifest into your life. That is the law of or power of manifestation. However, before we all do this, one thing I learned is, you have to believe that you have to believe in your vision. For that to happen, you first need to ask yourself, what is it that I want? What do I want to manifest in my life? Do I want to manifest wealth? Do I want to manifest fame? Do I want to manifest health? And that is not easy to answer. It's not a wish list. We have to remember, it's not a wish list. It is something that has to be burning desire. It has to come from inside. It's something that you really, really deeply want, a crave. So the first step, at least for me, the difficult part was, first of all, identifying what I want. Because many people they like to be famous, but not all people truly really want to be famous, because when you are famous, there's a lot of pressure that comes with it. There is a lot of responsibility that comes with it. People don't want that. So when that is the case, you really don't want that fame. It's just more of a wish more than anything else. So that's why I'm saying, you need to sit down with a calm mind. In fact, if need be, you need to meditate upon it. what is it that I want in my life? What do I want? What do I want to manifest in my life? Once you have the answer to that, that is the most important step, and from there, that is where everything starts. That is from which everything starts from there. So once you have that written down, the next thing that you can do, or that has worked for me, is you need to search. See, the reason why I'm saying this is, for a lot of people, at least for me, visualization is not like something you can just sit and dream. You don't have time for daydreaming a lot of the time, and you don't know what images to visualize. You don't know what you want to visualize. It's not that easy. Okay, so to do that, you will be surprised to know that there is already a very useful, it's very cheap, in the sense like it's very inexpensive. I won't say cheap, but relatively it's very inexpensive. There is a tool. There are tools for that kind of what should I say, technique, manifestation, and it's called a vision board. So you have a vision board. Myself, I got what is called a vision book, and that's what I want to share with all of you today. So it looks something like this: vision board kit for adults. This is what I got. There are many versions available. You can search on Amazon or Flipkart or wherever, and you can buy whichever version you want. But I got this because I figured it doesn't matter what it is, because what I put in it is what matters. So it has this, for example, this is what example vision board, so for a dream house, for example. So what does that mean? Why do you need this? So you can say vision board for career. And what do we put here? Okay, so the first thing that you need is, let's say you want to have let's say you want to have physique like Hrithik Roshan. Okay, now what you need is what you need is a picture of how you want your physique to look like, whether it's Hrithik Roshan, whether it's whoever. So maybe during many years back, it used to be somebody like Schwarzenegger. So you have a printout, or you have a picture of that, and then you put it in the pages where they have a space, and you can say on the top vision for health, or vision for exercise, physique, and then put those pictures, what are pictures that you feel you want to look like. And it's very simple, okay, but believe me, it's very powerful. So you every day, whenever you get a chance, you just look at those pictures. You look at those pictures and you think okay, this is something that I would like to look like. This is something that I want to be like. Okay, now here's the thing, okay, if you do not believe it, your subconscious self will know, your inner self will know that you don't actually believe, or rather you don't really want that. So you cannot fool your inner self. So that's why I'm saying once more, ask yourself what it is that you really want, because that is the core of this technique. So sorry for repeating, but that needs repeating. So once you have that, you put the pictures of whatever you want for, and you spend enough time, every day, whenever you get a chance, absorbing those pictures, imprinting those pictures in your mind, thinking, oh, this is the home I want, this is the money I want, this is the career I want, or this is the health I want, this is how I want to look like. And you do it day after day after day. And so here's the thing, okay, so it doesn't mean things are suddenly going to fall into your lap. So that's why I'm saying for you to truly want it is what is the most important thing. Why? Because when you keep looking at it, when you keep looking at those pictures, and when you keep thinking about how you are going to get there, that is when things start getting getting put into motion. Okay, what you would do is, the first question that comes to your mind is, how do I get there? That is where you're going to start. So then you do a search. Okay, what is the kind of diet I need to do, or what are the kind of options available to me to have this kind of a career or this kind of a success. And then you start researching, you start reading, and that is where things start getting put into motion, because now you are acting out of motivation. Now you are acting out of real desire. It's not a dream anymore, it's a desire. It's not a wish. So the universe has a very funny way of acting, So for example, the book that I mentioned, The Secret, that's what she talks about. You really want that. So you're spending a lot of time searching about it, reading about it. Then suddenly you will see one ad or some link which you would think is unrelated, and then you follow that link, and then suddenly you stumble upon something, stumble upon a product or a technique or a device which suddenly is of immense use to you, and that you incorporate into your life, and now suddenly the first step has been taken, and that you practice day after day after day, and then you see a gradual improvement, and when you see that gradual improvement, that is when your true motivation comes from. So believe me, it's the small steps that you repeat daily that make a big difference. It's not the one step overnight that causes things to happen. It's the small steps. Every day you keep doing it, improving it a little bit further, improving further. And suddenly 2 months later you look and you think, wow, 2 months back this is how I was, now this is how I am. And then you get the motivation, because now you have seen results. Now you have seen that what you believe really works. So now you take the next step. So in that way, each step leads to the next, and that is how the whole wheel gets set into motion. You might get if it's an acting thing, you might get an audition call from somewhere, or you might apply somewhere. If it's a physics thing, you will suddenly see that you're stronger, you have more endurance, you have more well-defined physique in 2 months, and then you start working out harder. So that motivation is what pushes you to work harder. So the energy and the vibrations that you send out, that you send out based on your belief, based on results that you have seen, that brings back more positive things into your life, and that cycle keeps going. So the key thing is you need to. So why do we need the vision board? Because every day, or I do it every day. Every day when you want, you have to keep reminding yourself that this is the vision that you want. This is what I want. Because it's also useful in another way. After a period of time, let's say you no longer have that motivation, then suddenly that means that vision that you had for yourself is not a true vision. It was just temporary kind of thing, So that way you can filter out whether what it is that you really want. So in that way also it's useful, and it's also useful in keeping you motivated and keeping that goal in front of your eyes, keeping that ultimate vision, the big picture in your life. That is also another reason why looking at the vision board every day, reminding yourself of what you want to be, where you want to be, or how you want to be, or how you want to look like. That is very, very powerful and very, very useful. All the great men in life, all the successful people in life throughout history have unconsciously or consciously done that. Shah Rukh Khan is just one example. I also read another book. I have read the biography of Pete Sampras, who was my favorite tennis player. So he says the same thing. He says right from when he was young, he used to always dream about winning Wimbledon. He used to he used to have visualize himself that he has won Wimbledon, and people were clapping, and how people were saying he was the greatest player they ever saw. And he said he believed he imprinted that vision so strongly in his mind that he took it for granted that he's going to be successful. He never doubted. So and that's what happened. By the time he retired, he was the greatest player ever. Of course now people have overtaken him, but that's a different thing. So that's why the vision board is the first tool, or the most important tool. That it's a very simple tool, but it's a very powerful tool that can help you in achieving the effect of what is called manifestation. So what is manifestation? What is manifestation is, like I mentioned before, the universe is an energy field, right? So when you are sending out thoughts of a certain frequency, the thought patterns that were already imprinted at that frequency, thoughts remain in the energy field. Always keep in mind, the thoughts remain in the energy field. They are not going away anywhere. They remain there, and the effects will come back. So when you send out the thoughts of a certain frequency over a period of time, every day, consistently, not every thought it's not a passing thought. When I say thoughts, I mean really strong thoughts with a lot of emotion. So when you send out those kind of thoughts day after day after day after day after day, the frequencies at which you're sending out, there are other thoughts or other energy fields, or other the right word. Okay, there are other imprints that have already been placed there, which will come into your life, which will respond to your frequency, and which will come bringing that vision into your life. So that is the art of manifestation. Now, how do I know that this works? Two examples from my own life. This was many years back when I was actually still in high school, like in 12th grade in India. So I was studying for the entrance, for the engineering entrance. So at that time, and I wanted to do well because I didn't score that well in my 12th grade exams. So during the holidays, like I really wanted to recover my pride or my ego and I wanted to do really well in my exam. So that's funny because we had many guides back then, like exam guides and all for preparation for exams like IIT Roorkee and all those. So I used to solve those books. I used to go through those books and learn and solve and everything. And every time I used to solve a difficult problem, I used to feel happy, and then I used to just go and sit back and then think wow, I solved this such a tough problem, and in the exam, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to solve this all the tough problems, and I'm going to get a very good rank in the exam, and then people are going to say, wow, Dave did so good, and I used to do it quite frequently, now when I look back. So and I used to always dream I stood out from the crowd. I was doing the best in my school. I got the best rank and that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is, a few months later, I got the best rank in my entire school. Even people who got much more better marks than me, I beat them all in the exam. So at that time I didn't realize this, but now when I look back, when I learned about this technique and I read about this technique, I did it even without a vision board. Because I had that picture in my mind. Every time I used to close my eyes, I used to have the picture in my mind of how well I did. So similarly, later when I was doing my masters, about getting a job, I had a favorite company that I wanted to work for. Then I dreamt about that, and in my first interview I got it from that company. Same thing where I was doing my masters. When I wanted a certain college, I used to read the brochure, and we apply for many colleges, right? So I went through different brochures, and then one particular college I thought, this is the college where I want to do my masters. This is where I want to be. I used to keep reading the brochure every day, dreaming that I was in that college, that I was studying that or living there, having a good time, and I got it, and I really had a good time. So like that, independently I applied many times without knowing. But because I did it without knowing, once that goal was achieved, or once that, then I relaxed and things relapsed back into normal. I had the normal up and down. So that's why this kind of vision board is very important, because you can have a big picture and you can have multiple pictures. You can have both career and health. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So that is the beauty of this, and that way you don't have to work hard to actually imprint pictures into your mind. You can just look at them, and your eyes will do the rest. Your eyes will do the magic of imprinting or leaving the impression on your subconscious mind. And your daydreams about that and your thoughts about that are going to bring back the results for you. How are they going to bring back the results for you? Like I mentioned, they are going to motivate you to work for it. Now when you really see the progress, then you will enjoy that hard work. You will enjoy the work that you're putting in, because now you see the results. Now you truly believe. So that is what I really wanted to talk about it. This is a really exciting topic for me, and this is something that has really worked for me, and I feel like a lot of people, including myself, we never really understand the power that this can have. And so for that, I hope you guys liked what I shared with you today, and I hope it will be of use to you. If you have already if it has worked for you, please do let me know what how you applied it and how it has helped you. So I'll be talking. There's another part of this subject that I really want to talk about. It's very important, that I'll be talking about that in my next video. But for today, I hope you really like this video. Thanks a lot. Bye.